Well, good morning. Good morning. It is super bright and early here in Virginia at 7 a.m. rather than 8. We decided to go live an hour early because I'm going to be heading up to Richmond in a little bit to Road to Virginia to hang out with all my quilty friends, see some wonderful quilts and that sort of thing there. But I wanted to hang out with you guys first. So thank you all for joining me bright and early. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. Let us know that you're watching. It's wonderful. Anyway, I brought along my friend Leana from Pastry Queen Farm Adventure. She is, when I say I'm the early bird, I'm like the mid-morning bird because she is the early bird, the original and the best. So thank you so much, Leana, for joining me. For those that don't know her, I'd like just to have her give a few moments to introduce herself. So over to you.
Hi, I'm Leana from Pastry Queen's Farm Adventures, and basically, a lot of people are confused about my name. Yes, I am a pastry chef, and I have a mini chicken farm, and I go on many, many adventures, but my passion is quilting, and I bring quilting to all my adventures. So I work as a pattern tester for Fabric Cafe, those 3 yard quilts, Fran and Donna. And I also do a lot of, well, no, actually, I don't do a lot of unboxings anymore. But I do get a handful. They send them to me, and I actually make them on my channel. And I've been enjoying doing that. And I find some hiccups here and there, and then just report back to them. And that's it. Really, I work a full-time job, YouTuber on the side, and my main mission is passing it forward. So I do a lot of pass it forwards. A pass it forward means is that unsuspecting person may get a quilt in the mail who may need it. And I found out about that various ways, or I will drop quilts off to certain organizations who can use these quilts, or I auction them. Well, I don't auction them off, or I give them away so that people can auction them off and, get money for like the food bank and different programs in the community. The firemen always want one too for the volunteer department, the veterans, you name it. I am a whole hard believer of passing it forward. And it doesn't necessarily mean a quilt or monetary. You could just give someone a nice smile, say hello, catch up with an old friend, and make their day.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's so many different ways you can do that sort of thing, and sometimes just holding a door open for someone or saying hello or shooting them a quick message on social media makes the world of difference because we all have bad days, and it always seems like the day that, um, like the smallest action like that can make a huge difference when a person's having a rough day. So, thank you so much for doing all that stuff there. I I tr- I want to do more donation quilts and that sort of thing there, but I have this finishing problem where I like to start a bunch of new projects, but they get to be quilt tops, and that's as far as they ever get. So there you go. But anyway, I want to say good morning to all the early birds here with us this morning. Let's see. Our first chatter was Miss Joyty. Good morning to you. Deb S is here with us. Miss Annette is up bright and early because I know she's out west somewhere. Dragonflies for Donna, good morning to you as well. Mum and Jay is here, and I think I forgot to turn the what's it called on subtitles. Oh, that's not good. Okay. I'm sorry about that, and I can't fix that now. Christina, good after. I think it's afternoon for you. We're an hour early, so I'm a little off. I think it's 1 p.m. there in Sweden or Norway. I'll get it right there in a minute. Let's see. Good morning, Miss Brenda. It's good to see you. Melanie Taylor. Dawn is here with us. And Mona, good morning. And Leanna is here. Yes, Leanna is here. I hope she's here. Red Sky is here with us. Good morning as well. Good evening to Miss Jan. She's my friend from Western Australia. We've got a bunch of folks here. Pat Wainwright. I think they've all come to see you, Leanne. There's some of these, I know a lot of the names, but there are a couple here that I'm not familiar with. So thank you all for tuning in over here with us. So what are we working on this morning besides me still trying to wake up? Because normally I'm ready to go at 8, not 7. So bear with me a moment.
So I just got my TV some of the comments up so I could see, since I can't see them there. What am
Nice.
I
Yeah, thank
working
you.
on? I am finishing up this morning. Let's see. Dino Rocks. Dino Rocks right here. It's a
Okay.
Phoebe Moon pattern. Let me swing you over. I'm going to swing. There we are. I've got the top. Actually came came together very quickly. I was actually very shocked. I first saw this when it was sent to me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be piecing all day because when you look at it, right, it looks a little complicated. But
It
actually,
does.
it's all. This is a panel piece, and this is one giant piece with a couple of little things. So yeah, so I'm making that. And this was sent to me by Carmen's Quilt Shop. Right now, she has a promo code for it's on my channel for 20% off her store. So she sent me that because, like I said, people send me stuff and I make it. And I kind of liked how fast this was going. And Soft Squares is doing a Christmas in July using a Phoebe Moon pattern, I believe. And so I thought maybe I could do that using this panel. Isn't that well, it's not a panel, it's like a border strip. See that? This is really super cute. So someone sent me this and also this. So I thought I would use this for like this part here. And then I had in my stash this fabric. And that's going to be the
That's
little,
fun.
that's going to be these. I haven't picked out a background yet. I'm still figuring that one out. Oh, no, that's right. I'm using these two. Wrong, wrong, wrong. This here, I'm doing something special. So the cornerstones are going to be this green. I think the red is going to be the background because look at this. I have a pile of Christmas crumbs and I wanted to play with them. So I think that's what's going to go in the diamond. I think I'm going to do a crummy diamond.
Hey, that sounds fun. I'm interested to see how it all turns out. You know,
Yeah.
it's always interesting when you try new stuff. You know, and
I mean, you know.
I've had success doing crumbs and that sort of thing there in the past too. So yeah, and really at the end of the day, if you do some crumbs and it doesn't work out, what have you really lost besides a few minutes and 4 cents worth of thread? So I
Exactly. It
say
was
go
my
for it.
this was my Christmas time sewing when I was healing from my first surgery. I just did crumbs and yeah, I think I'm just gonna have fun, basically.
That is awesome. Yeah, and to me, Christmas in July, and I think you and I were talking about it a little earlier. Um, I think it's kind of probably we used to do that in Australia too, because like our Christmas in Australia is in the middle of summer. So if it's anything below 90 degrees Fahrenheit, it is a cool Christmas day. So we sometimes did Christmas in July to see what it was like having Christmas in winter. And so I guess you guys do the absolute, the opposite where it's hot outside, which is the way I was used to it. So I keep talking about doing a Christmas in July event on my channel, but it never quite pans out. I have an idea that was going to go into place this year, but you'll all have to wait till next year now. So, but that's fine. Lynn has a fun event planned over at Soft Squares, as you said, and then there's a group of us. I think there's me, Amanda from Stitching Life Together, Andy from. I was like 4 or 5 of us anyway that are doing a gift exchange.
Oh,
So
fun.
yeah, we'll be doing that on a live somewhere. Actually, I think it might be a premiere. I can't remember how we're doing it. Someone will tell me again. In a couple of weeks. So yeah, stay tuned to all that good stuff. All right. Simona says she loves the color of the sewing machine. I totally agree. When I went to buy the sewing machine earlier this year, I was hoping for a fun color, but I wasn't. It wasn't like a thing that was good, like a kill feature or deal breaker. I'll get it right in a minute. Good gravy. I am not functioning well at all. I don't know if the
So
7
good.
a.m. thing, I don't know if the 7 a.m. thing was a good idea or not, but here we are. So there you go. But yeah, I love that this thing was this beautiful, greenish aqua, I guess you can call it thing there. So yeah, I love it too. It's really neat having this aqua color, and I think when you see this machine, even if you're like scrolling, you're like, oh, that must be Sean, because I think I'm the only one that really uses this one. It actually wasn't the machine that I bought originally. but the one I bought was on back order, and then I emailed the shop and asked them, hey, what would the additional price be for this machine? And they actually upgraded me to this machine at the same price if I was okay taking a class used machine. And I'm like, sure. You know, it was a $500 difference. So.
And what kind of class you had to take?
No, this machine was class used before I got it.
Oh, class used machines. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, my accent and it being super early, it's going to throw me off. But yeah, I've loved this. I love this machine, and except for when it does that.
So does it lift? Does the foot lift on its own and all that? If you
No, it does not. It does not have that feature.
Okay.
And they made that very clear when I bought this, because that is an important feature to some folks. But I was using a $80 brother machine, all mechanical, and then my Benina is 20 years old, so neither one of those had that feature. So me missing that is not a big deal.
Yeah, I'm still looking because this machine is really on its last leg. It's not. I spent all this money to repair it, and it really is not doing that great. But so I really need one. But the crazy thing is like I don't know. I've become so pampered by that foot up thing, and I really find a difference. Maybe it's because I sew so much for not myself but for others, and it makes a difference. I can't explain it. It really does. And now,
yeah, and I think it's one of those things. If you're used to it, it'll be hard to say no, I don't need it anymore. So I totally get that, and I think it must be important to a lot of folks because the sales staff were very, very clear on that with me when I was test driving the machine that did not have that feature, and I'm like, thank you for telling me, but it's not important to me. Important to me because I've never had it. Now, having said that, this one does have it cuts the thread and puts it behind and everything else when you're done, when you press the button. Now, that is not something I've had before, but I absolutely love that feature, especially when I do foundation paper piecing, because it's made life so much easier. And when I'm quilting, I can just hit the button. So there are some features on these newer machines that you may not have used before, and you may think, is that really necessary? But yeah, if once you have it and you've used it and you've gotten used to it, it would be very hard to say no. That sort of thing there as well. Amanda must have heard us talking about it because she's here as well. I'm going to try the chat, the bot, and see if it actually decides to work for me today. Let's see what happens.
And good morning to everyone. I'm trying to be here, but also read comments over there.
All right, well, we have success. I've got Nightbot to work again. Hallelujah.
I had to get rid of mine. It was making my channel do crazy things.
Well, I've had the hardest time with bots recently. Like a couple of months, like I used to have Nightbot that worked beautifully for a long time. And then one day it's quit working. It was 3 weeks in a row it quit working, so I fired it. And then I switched over to Streamlabs, and it worked okay for about a month, but the last month it's quit working. So I fired it and then tried Nightbot again. And this morning it's working. So if you have a channel and you already have your link in here, which most of you do, feel free to throw it in there because Nightbot has been my good friend again. It's I guess our breakup is gone. I've rehired Nightbot. So, yes, the trolls last week. Those things were nuts.
Oh, was it on your channel too? Because my channel went crazy.
They tend to leave me alone. I always thought, and that was interesting because I always thought that there must be a sleep at our time, when you and I go live. But yeah, last week they were just knocking you one way and then another. So that was, it was weird. So that theory of mine was gone. Okay. Courtney says she won't be able to stay long. She's getting ready to go have breakfast and then get ready to get off the ship. She's been on the cruise ship for the last week, floating around the Caribbean somewhere. I can't remember that.
Watching this lady this morning who lives on a cruise ship. She retired and she lives on, but not just one. She just goes from one cruise to another to another. She sold everything and just is living on a cruise for I guess until she's done with it.
Well, if you think about it in some way, because I've heard people doing that in the past, and it's if you do the math and you do it right, it's almost as cheap as it's cheaper than assisted living, and it's cheaper than some other stuff. And and you've already got your utilities taken care of, your food and everything else, and you get to go see the world. So if you have the money for it, it's not a bad way of doing things.
She said she was broke. She said she went from broke to living in luxury. She spends $2,000 a month, is what she says. And that includes, like you said, her food, her electricity bills. Of course, she says that she has, incidentals. Sometimes she wants to
Yeah.
go to the casino or do something, an excursion or something. But I got thinking, I was like, wow, $2,000 a month and you've got everything is paid? Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you sit there and think about it, like, let's say you rent some, it depends on where you live, but like over here on the East Coast, if you can get rent for an apartment for under $1,200 to $1,500, you're doing extremely well. And then you've got your electric bill, which, right now I don't even want to talk about that. And then you got water and everything else. So yeah, and then food, good gravy. Every time you go to the supermarket, they've added the dollar to everything. So yeah, $2,000 a month to live on a cruise ship and go see the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
I,
just
I
came
think
back
that
from Barcelona on I don't know, was it a 21 day? I don't even remember. I don't even know
yeah.
how I even got into that whole cruise thing lately. My feed has really shaken up and has some just off the wall stuff, and I'll wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning just for a little amount of time, and I'll watch something like that and fall asleep. But yeah, I've watched cruise ship living, and then RV nightmares. This lady is
Mhm.
fabulous. I found this lady. I think I posted her last week. I'm obsessed. Every Friday I watch her drop. And it's basically she's like a pass it forward lady, but in the RV world. And
Right.
what she does is she helps all these people who have RV nightmares. And yesterday, someone bought an RV for $250,000, a toy hauler for $250,000. My husband's like, "Who buys a toy hauler for $250,000?" I guess so. Not us. We don't have that kind of money. But
No.
she said that she doesn't either, and she has a mortgage on it, and she rolled that sucker right off the lot. And you the nightmares she was saying from day one, and she says now they have basically a lawn ornament that cost them $250,000 sitting on their lawn. I was
That's
like,
rough.
I know, but this lady, she goes after these people, and she gets like good deals for these people, like buybacks or their stuff fixed. Oh, but last week the guy almost made me cry because he was autistic, and he had a girlfriend who was, and she left him because she couldn't deal with his RV nightmare. But she got his
Hmm.
money back. So,
Well,
yeah.
that's good. Yeah. But no, like that's one of those things I want to do when I like in retirement for me is a long way away unless, someone happens to buy me a lottery ticket that wins. But what I want to do when I retire, my retirement gift to myself and Amanda is a cruise from LA or San Francisco, wherever they float out of, down to Sydney.
Ooh.
It's a 30-day cruise that stops in like Hawaii and some of the Pacific Islands, a couple places in New Zealand on the way. I was like, why sit in a plane for 16 hours and be miserable when I can just get on a boat and float my way down there? Yeah, I'm retired. If it takes 30 days, who cares? But that's kind of my little plan. As I said, it's going to be a long way away. So there you go. All right. So let's see. Mona says assisted living is 4,000 plus, depending on the facility. Yeah, I thought it was more than that, to be honest. So there we go. And yeah, Mona says I wanted to do van life before I started quilting. Not enough room. Yes, that's been a thing for me too. So it's like, yeah, it'd be fun to like live in an RV and stuff and just like float around. Well, first of all, I got a full-time job that wouldn't let me do that anyway. But even if I could, yeah, but I suppose you'd find like community centers or libraries or something where you could go.
Sean, did you not catch my camping video? I tent camp and bring my featherweight and my 301, and I have a teeny tiny little generator, solar generator. Works
Oh,
great.
there you go.
And I have my everything that I need to go camping quilting fits in one like little crate. You know, my machine's in that crate and all the little stuff. I mean, you can't have everything I have in my room, but it's doable. But after I wanted an RV, but after finding this lady, I'd be afraid to buy one.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think it'd be fun, but yeah, my problem would be is I would only be able to do one project at once, and I don't do too well with that. So
Oh.
I don't know. We'll have to see. That's a future Sean problem anyway. I don't know if I ever showed everybody what I was working on. I don't think so. Anyway, let's
What
see.
are you working on?
I'm crazy and decided that it was a good day to start Anne of Green Gables.
Oh, okay.
So this is a project by Artie's Quilting Co. And
Yeah, I see it better.
today I am working on Anne herself, and I'll try and cover up the cutting instructions, otherwise John will be mad at me. But yeah, she's got to look like that. So
Oh,
so far we're doing good. So there we go. Oh, we got other folks popping in. Looks like Jeannie is here with us. Muriel is here. I saw Brian is here as well. I know I've missed people, and I apologize in advance. I'm trying to keep it all straight. All right. And I haven't had my coffee yet either because there's only enough coffee for one of us this morning, and I left it for my wife, so she can have that later on when she wakes up. Because I figure I can always go get some coffee before I head up the road to Richmond.
that's sweet.
Is anyone here going to Richmond today? I think Tasha might. I know Tasha is. I don't know if anyone else in the chat's planning on going up there. If you do, and you see me, please say hi. You'll know what I look like, but I don't necessarily know what everybody else looks like. So, all right.
So they want to
Donnell's
know.
asked.
Yeah, go ahead.
Donnell's asking a good question. She is asking, am I using my own fabrics for this or do you assign ones? I am using my own.
Are you using your stash? Is that your mission this year? Because that's my mission. Stash or stuff that people send me.
Yes, wherever possible. There are some projects where I will go out and get fabric, and sometimes for background, I do need to buy fabric. But yeah, wherever possible. And I've been doing that for a while now. Like a lot of my projects that I've been doing recently, especially the Art East and the Elizabeth Hartman and so forth, I use stash. That's where I go first, is my stash. And then if need be, I'll go get fabric. But now it's like for me to go to the fabric store, it's a 30-minute drive at least, if not 45. So I mean, I've got to make an effort to go there. So, but yeah, I do enjoy using my stash, and yeah, for a lot of it, I do use my own stash. Except for backgrounds. A lot of times I do need to go buy background fabric because I don't seem to have like bolts and bolts of different things on there. I think Toasty the Dragon, I have everything here for that because I do have a bolt of the background for him. But other than that, yeah, everything except for this pink quilt that I'm working on for our next exchange student, that I did go out and buy. But yeah, everything else I think this year pretty much has been stash. So I think it's a great way to go. The fabric prices are getting higher, unfortunately. So yeah, anytime you can save a few dollars is a good thing. All right. So what have you been up to recently?
Well, school ended yesterday, so that was nice. And just been taking care of myself because that's what I preach is one needs to take care of themselves. And I was just thinking about that this morning. I woke up this morning saying, I really want this dark cloud to go away because I'm such a positive person. But, this dark cloud is starting to get to me. So I'm trying to take care of myself. And how I'm doing that is putting myself first. and doing something that's very hard for me, which is asking for help because I can't lift anything. So I've been, you know, I've been teaching myself to ask for help. And but this is what's really getting me through is all our peeps that are on here who come in every morning and brighten my day. And obviously my love for quilting. You know, sometimes I can only do crumb quilting, but sometimes I want something complicated. So that's what I've been up to. I'm going.
That is
Oh, and I'm going to
awesome.
Puerto Rico next week. I am going to Puerto Rico next week, so you'll
Oh,
start seeing
nice.
crazy videos of me in Puerto Rico, but not to the extent of what I did last time.
Yeah, it was fun seeing you. It was really fun seeing you in Puerto Rico last year. I remember watching some of your lives and seeing what you're getting up to down there.
Yep. I mean, my grandma is sick right now. My mom called me yesterday, so this is my time also. I'm kind of bummed that I have to come home early, but this is my time that I have with my grandma. One on one. Normally the whole summer. She doesn't know I'm not staying the whole summer, so we didn't want to worry her. But she's 90 something years old, so I gotta spend as much time as I can with her as well this summer.
Oh, definitely, yeah, because all my grandparents are gone, so it's neat that you still have that
Yeah,
opportunity to do that. So
yeah.
yes, Red Sky says asking for help is hard. Yeah, that's one of my biggest issues too. Like I do not like asking for help, especially at work. Look, I'll sit there and I've gotten better about it over the last couple of years, but yeah, I'll sit there and go out of my way to figure it out for myself if I can. Well, please tell me I did this correctly.
So
No.
we're both ambassadors for cotton cuts. Do you know, are you doing the next cotton cuts under the sea?
Yes, I was going to ask you about that, and then I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, I need to ask you if you're doing that. And the answer to that is yes. I am doing the next one, which is called Under the Sea. I think it is. I
Yes,
can never
under the
remember.
sea.
I had the hardest time keeping up with the names of the things. Yeah, and there was one of them. What was it? I think it was two. Not Wild West. The one before that. I could not remember the name of that to save my life.
I say fly away, and it's really flyway.
Hey, at least
I
you're close. Yeah, what was it? Ah,
I
what
had to
you
go
know?
into my videos and correct them yesterday, and I don't even know if I got them all corrected.
Yeah. But do I know what colorway I'm doing? No, I do not,
Me
because
neither.
there's several of us that are picking for each other, and I think there's what, six of us all together. Because I had Amber from So Majestic pick mine for Wild West. Cotton Cuts
Uh-huh.
picked one for me last time, and this time I kind of started the ball rolling to see who else would be interested. Tree of Life. Yeah, it might have been Tree of Life. For whatever reason, it was one of these ones that I just could not remember the name of it. It might have been Tree of Life. Yeah, it had to be Tree of Life. But I could not remember the name of that, and I had to go back and re-record stuff because I couldn't. Yeah, I kept wanting to call it Wild West or Carnival or something like that. So it was a hot mess.
Yeah, I
So
don't I don't know what my colorway is. So, they Cotton Cuts always picked my last two. So, I gave them my choices, but we'll see. We'll see what
okay,
happens. I'm real
so
chill about that.
the reason that you don't know about yours is because they didn't want knowing or telling saying what you had, because that would give some of us that are part of this mystery, six-person thing, might be able to figure out what we're doing based on process elimination. So I think that they know me too well, because I would have figured out, because I was sitting there last time when Cotton Cuts picked it for me. I knew what everybody else was doing, and so like it left like four or five choices left, and I still got it wrong as to what they chose for me. But yeah, that's it there now. So, but we should find out. I'd say sometime in the next couple of weeks. I would think, because I'll start shipping out our and that yeah, because I think they normally send us Clue 1 first, so they can get the kits out to everybody else.
Right.
So I'm sure they'll ship those out, and then we'll have a live event for the 6 of us. Tell us what we're doing. Then I think at that point, you guys would be good to open it up. But Cotton Cuts will tell you what to do. You know,
Well, it's been a fun adventure. Did they? I don't know if they added more ambassadors.
I don't know. They don't ever seem to give us a list. You know, they do have one new ambassador that at least that I know about, and that's my friend Donnell from over at Donnell Stitchery. She is a brand new ambassador for this go round. So
That's right.
she,
I knew
yeah,
that because she had posted that you could use her link. I was like, oh. So then I went to look for her and I didn't see her on the page. I'm like, what are they doing? So
yeah, no, they put her on board this time around. I think she'll make a fantastic ambassador. She's been doing
yes.
such a wonderful job with her videos over the last couple of years, really.
Mhm.
So I'm super. I told her at the very, yeah, she told me at the very beginning. She's like, one day I want to be a Cuts ambassador. I'm like, you'll get there. Just keep plugging away. I have faith that you'll get there. And then, so when she told me that's what had happened, I think I was just about as excited about the whole thing as she was. So I'm super excited for her. I think she'll do a wonderful job. I'm really interested to see which one she gets. I'm interested to see what you get.
I'm excited for her too because she's been doing cotton cuts longer than I have.
Yes. And there is something wrong with me. Because I just unpicked this and then I sewed it back together again.
Oh, I do
Help me.
that all the time.
This slide might be ending early because I have a rule that if I make the mistakes 3 times, I put this thing aside and it goes in the timeout, and I got no other project to work on. So we will see what happens. Yeah, apparently this is the early live with Sean, Leana, and Jack. All right, let's see. Andrea says she's making the very first one. I can't remember the name of the colorway, but it's the Tula pink fabric. That one looks very, very cute. I can't remember the name of the colorways either. I don't think they added any extra colorways this time. And yes, I don't know who else is being an ambassador. I know I wasn't sure if you were still doing it because yeah, normally we see the announcements, you know, saying that I'm doing this colorway and that colorway, but that's not happening this time yet. So
no, not yet.
they, yeah, but hopefully soon. Hopefully we'll get stuff out to us soon.
I think I'm slowly becoming, as Kim says, my traveling ambassador because I'm always taking mine wherever I go, except for I'm not taking my July 4th one with me um, just because it's before I'm leaving. And then yesterday I bursted my own bubble. I was all excited. I'm like, oh, grandma's going to be so happy. I'm going to walk in the door and it's going to make her feel so much better because I'm going to walk in the door around 10 o'clock in the morning and she won't know. And then I look at my stuff to send to my mom and I realize, oh, I'm in that overnight nightmare flight. So I actually am not going to get there till the 6th.
Yeah, those the red eye flights are always fun.
I like those midnight flights when I'm going to California. I do like the overnight flight to California. I don't particularly love it for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, like when you go from here to Australia, you almost always have to go overnight because they tend to leave at like 11 o'clock at night so they can land at 7 o'clock in the morning in Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane, wherever you're going, so you can make your connecting flights. So yeah, I'm just kind of used to it. But there was one time I got to fly out at like
I don't hear you, Sean, all of a sudden.
I think we're back. We just lost me there for a second
Okay.
because I could hear you. So yeah, we got to leave at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like I think I had sunlight for like 24 hours. I felt like I was living up there in like Norway or something in the middle of summer. So that was fun. I'd like to do that flight again someday, but I don't think they seem to offer that anymore. So
Well, I
all right.
usually always in an overnight flight, like with a late flight overnight, but I went on one flight once to Puerto Rico in the morning, like leaving at 2 a.m. in the morning, and that changed my whole world. I was like, wow, this is great. And I don't feel like a train hit me. you know.
Yeah, I like the one that left at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and got at 9 p.m. because I was able to wander across the street to the hotel and just go straight to sleep. Because after being on a plane for 16, 17 hours, the last thing you want to do is run around all day, which is how it normally works. You normally land in Sydney at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and then you have to stay up all day and do stuff. Otherwise, you fall asleep and you have jet lag for 2 weeks. So I don't know. There's pros and cons for each one. It all depends on your routing and that sort of thing there as well. Good
Yeah.
morning, Miss Matthew. It's good to see you. Michelle the Quilter is asking, have both of the girls gone home? You must miss them. The answer to both of those questions is yes. Miss Eva left last Saturday. She's still in the US. She went down to Miami to meet her mom. Her mom flew over to Miami last week, and they're spending a week together in Miami, and she'll be heading back to Germany very, very soon. And then Miss Ali went back to Denmark on Wednesday. So yeah, the house is super quiet. We missed them terribly. I don't know. It seems like this year it's more so for me than usual. I don't know why. Amanda's handling it very well. Normally she is, you know, misses them a lot. It's not that she doesn't miss them. I think she's just not as emotional about it this time, which is a good thing. So there you go. Good morning, Miss Bettina. It's good to see you. But yeah, I think we'll blink and it'll be the end of August and we'll have our next young lady show up. So, this is kind of a time where I guess we get to rest and relax a little bit. And then we get we normally do like a deep clean of the house and, just get rid of stuff that we don't need and just make sure everything looks nice and get ready for the next one. So, the summer always seems to fly by. So it won't be long and we'll have the next one here. So.
But you said you're only having one this time, right?
Yes, we had planned on doing two again, but
Right.
our local school system only allows a certain number of exchange students in each school. And by the time we had selected a second student, the other spots had already been assigned, taken. So,
Right.
yeah. So unless something changes, we'll only have the one this year. But that'll be okay. Having one's just as fun as having two. And I think she'll have a good year here. Oh,
So they
all
spend the
right.
entire school year with you?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So there's different ways of doing things. There are programs where they allow semester students where they'd come for like first semester or second semester, but
Right.
our city where I live does not allow semester students to attend school. So if they come here as an exchange student, they have to be here for the full year. So when the kids come to Amanda and I, unless we do one that goes to a private school, it would always be a full year with us.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there are other schools in this area that do allow that. So there you go. All right, so third time's the charm of this. I can't believe I did that same mistake twice. Like, ripped it out and then immediately sewed it back together. Like, what is wrong with me?
That happens on a daily basis here, so
Oh, I try very hard not to do that. Let's
disturb me
see.
anymore.
Amanda says she loves my shirt. I just got one that says that too. It's funny, I actually have two of these exact same t-shirt. Because someone bought it for me for Christmas. I think it was my wife. And then her best friend sent me a Christmas gift because she always sends a gift to Amanda. She always sends a gift to me and to the kids. and I open up the box, and I think I was wearing this shirt, and I open up the box, and there's another one. So, but it's a fun shirt, so there you go. Good morning, Stephanie. Stephanie's here with us. Did I miss anybody? I'm sure I have. If I met, Stephen, good morning. It's good to see you.
I've got to admit, I put you on my TV in my room, but some messages come up, some messages don't. Now it's a black screen, so I've missed everyone's messages.
That's all right. I think a lot of us are still like waking up or getting breakfast or, outside walking the dogs and stuff like that. So the chat's not moving along super quickly, which is not a bad thing, So I don't think we're missing a super lot.
You know what I need to do? So we play games on my channel. So we'll be doing that today at 8 o'clock on my channel.
Oh, yeah.
Or whenever we get off of here, I'm going to go live on my channel after here. And I got thinking, and I bought some games yesterday at the thrift store. But I was thinking, you know what would be fun? The Price is Right. But I can't figure out how I would play that. I think I'd have to do my homework for that one.
Yeah, I think so too. I used to be pretty good at that. I used to be pretty good at that game. So apparently Amanda's going off for a motorcycle ride to breakfast with the hubby. That sounds like fun. I've only ridden a motorcycle once and almost killed myself, so I haven't tried that again since.
I've never been on one, and I dated a guy who had a motorcycle, and I begged him to put me on his motorcycle. He says, I don't put mothers on my motorcycle because when you're a mommy, you can't be on a motorcycle.
Hang on, let's see. Oh, we can play some games if you want. I have a couple here loaded that we could do. Let's do this one. We'll do Australian foods and see if you all know what these are.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Okay, so the first one is what are Tim Tams? These are all very famous Australian foods. A lot of you probably know this one already. Do you have any idea, Leanna, on this one?
Oh, Tim Tams?
Yeah.
Are those biscuits that are like blonde made with honey?
No, it is. It's a cookie. It's a chocolate cookie. Very,
Oh,
very
okay.
tasty. You can buy them in, I think Wegmans has them. Well, at least the one down here does. They're not as widely available as they used to be. And you can also get them on Amazon there and that sort of thing there. Yep, chocolate biscuits, very good. Annette got that one right. Okay, let's try this one here. Hundreds and thousands.
Hundreds of thousands. What is that, a game?
No, it's a food. These are all Australian foods.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know very much about Australian food. What are hundreds and thousands?
Well, we'll switch to a different game in a minute.
Let's
then.
see, cereal, because you got little tiny pieces. I don't know.
Okay, you're in the ballpark. People are saying candy bar.
Okay.
It's not a cereal, but the small part is definitely true. We'll just see if
is it
anyone
like
else.
your version of M&Ms?
No, it's not a candy.
Oh,
Well,
it's
it's
not.
very, very okay. So we'll just sprinkles. Very good, Annette. Oh, that's right. I think she's played this. I think she's played this game before, and she got them all right last time. Yeah. So we have.
She gets them all right on my channel too. She's an encyclopedia.
Yes, she is. Yeah, I remember we played some games before, and she was just, she just annihilated everybody. She's really good at this stuff. Okay, so we'll go back. We'll switch to a different. I need to pull up more of these. I think this will be fun. The other one I have here is slogans. So these are like company slogans. So this one might be good. Let's see. We'll try this one here. The best a man can get.
The best a man can get. Shaving cream, maybe. I'm terrible. I'm just the host.
All right.
Really, my peeps here are much well
Okay, so
much
Annette
better.
got it. Yeah, shaving cream would be a partial credit because it was Gillette.
Okay.
So yeah, they do sell shaving cream. So that's why, we're like, okay, partial credit for that one there.
I
Okay.
fail at my own questions. I'm like,
That's
oh, I didn't know that. I learn a lot with my own questions.
all right. So let's see. This one here, this one you might get. That's finger licking good.
Oh, that's chicken. I think that's
Uh-huh.
KFC, right?
Correct. Very good. And I think you actually beat Annette on that one. Now there is a delay on this one here, and it looks like actually Stephen beat Annette on this one as well, barely. So there you go. All right, so you'll have to put on your memory on this one here because this I don't think this product exists anymore. But let your fingers do the walking.
Let your fingers do the walking. I feel like that's like a computer thing, but I don't know.
No, it's not a computer thing. This is
I
something.
do remember the slogan, but I don't remember what it was for.
Okay, let's see. Stephen's apparently the new champion here. He got it right here at Yellow Pages.
Oh yeah.
You know, when you had the old Yellow Pages
Yeah.
book and you opened it up and your fingers did the walking. So
Mhm.
there you go. Okay, let's see. Apparently, I have done all the foods. Okay, this one here, Eva's going to love me for because this is like one of her favorite things. Blank blank gives you wings. Although I think they got sued for this recently because someone sued because they couldn't fly after consuming this product. Okay, Stephen is on the ball today.
Yeah, I did not know what that is.
Yeah, that's
I
Red
don't
Bull.
know.
That's one of them energy drinks all them kids like. There
I
you
just always
go.
see it at a bar. Like if you go to a bar, they have it with the beers and ciders. I never tried
Yeah,
it.
I don't really get it. I tried one once just to see, and I don't see what the fascination with it is. But you know, to each their own. Whatever makes people happy is good with me. Okay, let's see. This one should be fairly easy. Eat more chicken.
Oh, that's a Chick-fil-A.
Okay, very good. And let's see, we'll do one more. When you hear your family.
When you're here, your family.
And Lorenzo's probably cringing at me right now when I put this
Holiday
one up.
Inn. I don't know. Hotel. When you're here, your family.
Okay, so it is a restaurant.
Oh, a restaurant.
Yeah, Muriel's got it.
Oh, Olive Garden.
Olive
Okay.
Garden, yeah. Lorenzo hated Olive Garden. Lorenzo was one of our exchange students
Yeah,
last year.
he probably is
He
like,
was
what is
Italian.
this? Shiitake mushrooms. That's what he was probably saying.
He said he'd rather eat rocks. That was one of his quotes.
he's from he's from like deliciousness, and we give him like tomato paste with some like garlic powder seasoning.
Oh yeah, he was appalled. It was funny, like yeah. One of his some of his classmates took him there one day, and he came home and he was all bent out of shape.
He's like, don't desecrate Italian people with this cooking.
That's pretty much what he said. Like it was, yeah. And he told me I'd rather eat rocks than eat this again. I was like, good lord, it's not that bad.
Oh, I do like their breadsticks. I mean,
I the
I haven't been to Olive Garden in many years. I used to always order just the zuppa toscana with breadsticks. I never
yeah the
ate the
breads
pasta. I never cared for it, but did like their
yeah
soup.
the breadsticks are good. Let's see. Stephen says here that the Boyardee, Chef Boyardee is better.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
there apparently is
I'm with
not.
you, Raven. Only soup and salad.
Yeah, They have a chicken Alfredo pizza, which is not terrible. Um,
They have pizza? Oh, jeez.
yeah. Joyce says here that when they first opened, they had pretty good food, and I think that's true. Like, I think it used to be really, really good, and then I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to save money or what the deal is, but it's just not the same. You know, it's kind of like that with KFC as well. Like here, KFC to me is nasty. I wouldn't feed it to my dog. But in Australia, it's fantastic. I love KFC in Australia. It's one of the first things I grab when I'm down there. So
So
yeah,
that's funny you say that because in Puerto Rico, I like, I don't really, we don't eat fast food, but like, yeah, you have like a KFC or Popeyes every so often, right? But you
yeah,
go down to Puerto Rico and you have that same fast food. It completely tastes different. It is like the best thing. Like I'm obsessed with Church's chicken when I go down to Puerto Rico, and everyone here goes, Church's chickens. We don't even have those here anymore. Like that's people don't like that. And I was like, yeah, I remember eating Church's chicken once and thinking that's not for me. But
yeah.
Church's chicken in Puerto Rico is amazing. And so is Popeyes, actually. It seems whatever they do down there, the oil, the chicken, I don't know what they're using down there, but it tastes different and super yummy.
I think it's the chicken, like how they raise the chickens and that sort of thing. There's my guess, because yeah, like a lot of the chicken for KFC actually comes from the area around my hometown. So, and a buddy of mine from high school, actually from elementary through high school, he worked for them for a long time. He wouldn't ever give me the recipe for the 11 secret herbs and spices. I tried to get it out of him, but he said no.
They probably have them sign something, is my guess.
Well, I think they probably ship it in there and they got no idea what's in it, you know. So,
Oh, that's true.
so that's my thing there. Stephen says Mary Brown's is better than KFC, but it's only in Canada. I mean, Rocks I think is better than KFC, in my opinion. But oh, geez. There you go. Go to Popeyes in the hood. Yeah, sometimes like if you go into the,
Said
go
that.
into
Raven's too much go to Popeyes, though. She's probably right. Oh,
well, there are certain areas where the chicken does, they know how to cook it better, so
so what's funny is by us, like we don't have Olive Garden. A lot of these restaurants open up by us and these chains, and they don't do well. We have something called Kennedy's Fried Chicken. That's good, and that's in a part of town that's yes that knows how to eat some chicken. A
yeah.
very
I mean, we don't have a lot of
multicultural
like
part. Mm.
I was so funny last year because we used to have some fried chicken places here, and COVID kind of killed them all off. And now it's kind of really hard. Yeah, there's not many places to choose from because there was a good place, in the next town over, which was fantastic, and they closed down. There was one up the street from us, and it closed down. And so now you've basically got, your grocery store or Royal Farms, which is a gas station. And so we wanted fried chicken last year one day, and I took Simon with me, and I went up to the gas station, the Royal Farms gas station to get chicken, and he's like,
The gas
"You're
station.
buying fried chicken from a gas station?" And I'm like, "Welcome to America. It's good chicken. Don't worry about it."
I was thinking the same thing, Sean. I'm like, what are you doing buying gas station chicken? But my son
It's
loves gas station food. I was like, I can't even imagine. Like, oh, I said, and you come from a home of two chefs, and you're eating gas station chicken. He's like, no, it's really well, not chicken, pizza, and something else. He goes, no, Stewart's fast food is not like normal gas stations. It's really good. I'm like, okay, sure.
well, it's like they say down here, like we have a bunch of Wawas, and I'm not sure if they're up that far north, but they say like Wawa is like a gourmet deli that just so happens to sell gasoline. So this is how far we've gotten along with Anne.
Is that the name of your sewing machine? I must have missed that.
No, this is the Anne of
Oh,
Green
Ann
Gables blog.
Grable. Oh, okay. Sorry, we
Yeah,
all naming our sewing machine, so I wasn't sure if that was the name of
I
yours.
haven't named this one yet. The last one I had, like the original one, I called it Brian because that was my brother's name. because it
Mm-hmm.
was a brother machine. I have not come up with a name for this one yet. So if anyone has any suggestions, please let me know. That would be fun.
I feel a
Let's
Sean Poll coming on.
Yes. Well, that I just got to throw someone will come up with something really good. So there you go. Let's see. Raven says she used to drive into Milwaukee for Popeyes when I was pregnant with my son 19 years ago. Yeah, we do have Popeyes here, but I don't know. We don't, for us, it's nothing. It's not for us. Um, and then Bojangles is the same way. I don't know. We kind of got spoiled with the mom and pop shops around here that used to be here. Hopefully someone opens one again soon. There you go. Quick Trip has okay fried chicken if it doesn't sit there. And that's the other problem. You want something that in a high volume place where um it goes in and out. Hardee's here used to have really good fried chicken too, but the one near us, um, I think I'd do better if I went and found a chicken, hunted it, and cooked it myself because they're so darn slow. So there you go. All right. So with that, we are going to disappear a little early today. I was going to finish up around 8 o'clock so I can get ready to head up to Richmond. So do you have anything coming up on your channel soon, Leanna, that you'd like to tell us about?
Well, I've been videoing quite a bit of tutorials getting ready for August content, where you won't be seeing me live. No, not really. Just everyday sewing, mental health sewing. That's what you're seeing on my channel.
That is awesome. And I love that.
You know,
Okay.
just flying by the seat of my PJs quilting is what's happening on my channel.
That's how my lives go too. Like just sometimes on a Friday night, I'm still sitting there trying to figure out what I am planning on doing on Saturday morning. So I totally get that there. So
Yeah,
all right.
this whole idea of July and Christmas and the whole thing, that just happened all about 10 minutes before I got talking to you. So I
Oh,
really
okay.
do I really do fly by the seat of my PJs. It's whatever's either being mailed to me or whatever crazy idea I dreamt of last night.
Yeah, no, we'll have to get together and do something next year. So I've got this idea in my mind, and it's going to involve a bunch of people. But as I said, it didn't pan out this year, but next year I think it'd be fun if a bunch of us do it. So, but we'll talk about that later. That's a 2026 problem, not 2025. So there
Not a
you go.
problem.
But yeah, so let's see what else is going on today. So yeah, I'm heading up the road to Virginia. That's gonna be a lot of fun. It's a brand new show. It's the same company that does Road to California in January, February, I think it is. They're coming out to the East Coast for the first time, and it's only like an hour and a half up the road, so it makes it a whole lot easier for a day trip. I'll be back tomorrow morning over at Katie's channel at 8 a.m. to be live with her. We're doing some more of these wonderful little blocks. So that'll be a lot of fun. I'll have my podcast at 9. And then more lives today. Leanna's going to go live over on her channel in just a few moments. We decided we were just going to swap spots this morning. After that, we'll have Donnell at 10. And I can actually put everybody's link in today. This is really, really nice. Russ will be at 11. And then you will have Mom and Pop Quilt Shop at 1, I think. And then Katie at 4. And then tomorrow afternoon, you can go hang out with Stephen and Walter as well. They usually go live, I think, 4 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon. So with that, thank you all so, so much for being willing to hop up early. I see we had about 60 people here this morning. I was figuring if we got 30 or 35 who are doing well, being this early. So thank you all for watching if you're here in the live chat. It was really neat hanging out with you and talking about chicken and flying and all the other sort of stuff that we get up to. If you're watching a replay, please tell us hi in the comments and let us know where you watch it from. It's always nice to hear from you. I hope you'll have a great day. Happy sewing. Do you have any last minute things? I don't want to cut you off.
Nope, I'm gonna need about 10, give me about 10, 15 minutes to get myself off of this live to start a new live.
Yes.
But yes, so we'll see each other in about 15 minutes. And if you
Yeah.
don't know who I am, come on over. We're fun. I don't know what we're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
today, but we're gonna do something.
You got to have more quizzes. If you enjoyed today's quizzes, definitely duck over and check out Leanna, because she'll have some fun and interesting questions, and her questions can be tough, especially the like the worst case scenario one she does. Those things are a lot of fun. So I get in there and I tell people, I always put in option D, like, call 911 or something. So there you go. Yes, and Michelle says, please give a thumbs up. Yeah, if you enjoyed today's content, please hit the likes up button. It does help out immensely. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down. That helps me too. I hope you all have a great day. Happy sewing, and we'll see you all real soon.
Take care. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.